Hey guys, welcome back. So it dawned on me the whole thing of connection. Being connected is literally them successfully have turned you into a crazy person. That is the end game of gang stalking. It is connection. But I didn't know what connection truly meant. So when you're connected, you're like in a trance and you're kind of stuck having conversations with the voices in your head. It just dawned on me. Like yesterday I had an experience where I somehow managed to turn the voices' attitude towards me, so they were actually being helpful. Like it was an entire thing. I wrote it down so I can tell you guys the story later. But literally, the voices changed sides. Like they literally began cheering me on, and everything that the gang stalkers have been doing, it stopped having an effect. Like it didn't have any effect. Nothing. The gang stalking signal, the evil grin, the items, the colors, nothing. It just didn't work anymore. Like I was completely disconnected from them. But I was still connected to the voices. So I didn't realize that. Well, I have done more observations on the voices and how they work, and I'm gonna tell you guys all about them later. But yeah, that is being crazy, where you are literally stuck in some type of conversation with the voices, and you're just like in a trance. It is insane, and I felt terror. I'm not gonna lie to you. I felt terror when I was like, oh, holy shit. That is the end game. It is connection. But they call it connection. But they don't call it, being crazy. And, I guess that is being crazy, where you just stay stuck in a trance, speaking to the voices, So, the voices pretty much they're you, but somehow they just manage to speak to you. Like if I feel like right now I got out of the gym and I didn't want to walk out with my work shirt, so I literally just put on the sweaty shirt. I'm gonna take it off in a little bit, but because I cannot walk out of the gym without a shirt. So then the voices literally began saying, "Ew, you're wearing the dirty shirt." But that is my own thought. Like I thought to myself, I am wearing the dirty shirt. That's gross. But then the voice, it's like it talks to you in a third person. So it is really your own thoughts, but they kind of masked in someone else, as a different identity from you. So and then I just literally just began wondering, why am I even speaking to these voices? Like I need to stop doing that. So now I'm not sure if the programming that I did at night and throughout the entire day actually worked. I'm pretty sure it did though, because everything changed. Like the voices are cheering me on. They're telling me, stop using drugs. You're better than this. Like they're cheering me on. But then I was still connected. So I am actually gonna, I don't know, like something in my sense of self completely changed. A fundamental change in my head happened, where I do not see where the offenses, where the insults that the gang stalkers are whispering affect me anymore. Like they're meaningless. Now they truly are meaningless. Like before they weren't. Like they kind of hurt, every time they said it. But now I don't care. Like I hear them, I feel it sometimes. However, they mean nothing. Like, I feel nothing. These people are literally meaningless to me. Like, I was forcing that onto myself, but it sunk in finally, you know. Like, today I went to the gym, and you know, nothing that the gang stalkers did mattered to me. Like, I'm free. Somehow. I am completely and absolutely free. Now, I don't know what's next. It's literally, my focus is tell you guys all the observations. I don't have any drive to use any drugs anytime soon. Like, possibly never. And I feel like now I can truly focus, you know, on this. You know, I do not want to get involved in that stuff anymore at all. Like, I want to grow as a human being. I want to be me again, you know. It was an incredible adventure that I had, and I feel like what I had to learn what I had to learn, and I'm not gonna put myself in a vulnerable position, you know, to be abused in such a underhanded and sinister manner. I don't know what's gonna happen. I literally today at the gym, I felt frightened because I found out, you know, that is losing your mind. It is when you're stuck talking to the voices. I also want to tell you guys that what they do, pretty much what you hear is pretty much the expectation. Like, the voices talk about what you expect of people. For example, because at work, people have been walking around and they have been whispering, faggot, faggot. Now, when I'm anywhere, I'm expecting the person that is helping me to say that. So because you have the expectation of the person to say that, it manifests as an auditory hallucination. So you are under the belief that the person insulted you, whispering. And that's how that works, is that you start having expectations of behavior of people. And if they don't do it, your mind kind of just creates the proof, creates the evidence. It's really insane how it works, but you know, I'm glad that this happened because now I can tell you the mechanics of the voices, you know. So all of it's just whispering, and for some reason, like, when you're tired, your mind becomes more receptive to all of those things. So it literally feels like your mind is gone. Like, it just gets stuck. And I cannot allow that to happen. It is scary, you know. Really, it's truly frightening. Now, there's nothing I can do other than just keep making these videos so that you guys know what this is about. If I end up going insane, at least you saw everything on how it happened. And now there's word out there, you know, on how these people are making people go crazy. And that's really what I want. Like, even if it costs me my sanity, I will just let you know that now you know how everything goes down. Now you know what the tactics are. Now you know how it's done, like truly done. Not direct energy weapons, not any type of technology, but it is all pure direct manipulation of people. And now you know how the mind of people can be twisted and made for them to be completely insane. So I plan on keep making these videos so that you guys have an idea on how it works. And I promise you guys that even if I do end up going crazy, now you know how it's gonna happen. You're gonna see the entire journey of how gang stalking made me crazy. If I'm gonna do my best to document everything about it, and that's all I can do, And you guys know all the stories from the beginning on how I went mad because people wanted me to be mad, to be crazy. Um, and well, this is the only thing I can do. The best thing that I can do in my situation is literally just document everything so that you guys know what happened to me, how they did it, when, and who. And if there's anyone that is also getting gang stalked, at least now you're familiar with it. Maybe you can be the one who's actually has, who knows some people that can actually somehow band, a lawyer or something where you can actually do something about it legally, where you can actually make the people, take responsibility of what they have done, and that's the only hope we have, because gang stalking is literally an intent of making me crazy. That's literally what it is, and I am experiencing it, and here is the documentation of it. And it is such a clever thing to do because it leaves no evidence. And the thing is that these manipulations are so underhanded and so well done that there is nothing legally anyone can do. And I don't want to do anything legally. I want there to be evidence. I want there to be more proof, for someone who's actually going through it to be able to show all these videos to someone or to a lawyer, and just being able to be like, look, this is what's happening to me. It also happened to this other person, and that way when you have evidence, when you have documentation of the cases of many people that are going through this, they're gonna start to see a pattern. And if you start to see a pattern, if you start to understand what's happening, and there is a lot of people documenting their experiences with gang stalking, now you have grounds to stand in court. Now you're gonna have grounds to stand in court. That's why I'm documenting everything. So I don't care if I seem crazy to you. I don't care if I end up doing nothing with my life and end up being crazy. But someone who once finds out that gang stalking is real, that it is something done to make people crazy, and there is multiple channels with the same stories, now you are gonna know that gang stalking is real, that it's a thing. So that's why I'm doing this, because once you do this, once you record everything, the evidence, what you're going through, I'm just glad I was blessed with having experienced this, but have the foresight to understand other manipulations that actually happen, instead of believing that there is this technology, that there are all these crazy things happening, like direct energy weapons, V2K, now there is this channel, and that way there is grounds of having the ability to be able to be in court, because drugs do not drive people crazy. People drive people crazy, regardless of them using drugs or not. And that's the thing. So once that is actually evidence, and I hope that someone of my followers that who might possibly be going through gang stalking can start making the videos, anonymous or not. I'm doing this anonymously, but if you go through my videos, you can see who I am. you can see who I am, and I'm telling you, I've said names, I've said exactly what they're doing, I've said the effects, and I know that I am not crazy, but I am being made to believe that I'm crazy, that I'm hearing things, that everyone is is manipulating me, and but it is in such an underhanded manner. But this is the thing, I am documenting this in such a manner that actually can be replicated, that can be scientifically uh, proven, that this is a way to make people mad. And if and I'm just glad that now I have documentation that this is a thing, that it's actually possible to drive someone mad via manipulation. And when because there's me now, and I'm documenting everything that happens. And now, I hope that someone else can share the stories that they have and can document them, in a channel or in a blog, whatever. But make them a lot. There has to be a lot of us that are documenting, like, and once there's enough people documenting, the same stories, now people are going to be able to look at this channel and be like, okay, this is how they're doing that, this is how they're making these people believe that there are direct energy weapons, this is how they're making people believe, that's how they're twisting their perceptions to make them believe that everyone is against them, that it is not the auditory hallucinations, it is just a bunch of people doing psychological tricks on one single person every day, hours on end. And that would make anyone mad, and if I go insane, I don't care. What I do care about is that now this is online. Now that gang stalking is real. Now the actual manipulation methods. Now how it's done. And once this is out there, someone can start making connections and they can start documenting their experience. And once that is done, there's one now. And now people can start, having more faith in in pretty much the, how do you say, the law. The thing is that there has never been any type of documentation of the actual manipulations. Everything that is online is people, being crazy, talking about, oh, there's direct energy weapons, there's technology, they have B2K, but now, the actual manipulation methods, and they're out there, this is based on actual manipulation that is done. No technology. And, I'm doing this channel with the hopes that, you see what has become of me from the beginning. How I was manipulated into using more drugs, into doing this, into doing that, and to having me believe the worst, and to having my self-esteem deteriorated, to in such an extent that that even looking at something that reminds me of a negative experience will trigger some type of PTSD. And I'm making this because I'm basing gang stalking on a psychological aspect, on a mechanistic way of manipulating the mind into making someone go insane. And that's all I want. It is to have evidence of how these things can actually be imposed on people. And when there is one person, I just hope that this motivates someone else to also document the entire experience, including the manipulation at work, including the manipulation with the whispering, including the stressing the people out, just enough so that they become insane, so that they start interpreting the reality in such a different manner, such as starting to misinterpret what people say. Like today, I have been called an asshole and in such an underhanded manner by so many people that once I heard someone say that's all. Like they literally said that's all. Like that is all. But because I have been called an asshole in an underhanded manner, my mind interpreted that's all as asshole. But I still I saw both ends. I saw the ends where I'm supposed to be confused of what people are actually saying, and interpret it as something that I have been manipulated to understand. So now you understand how it actually goes down and how people are made to interpret their actual reality as as people offending them. You know the mechanistic and psychological methods that happen. And now that this is out there, there is gonna be grounds when of the things where someone else can actually, if someone is going through gang stalking and their targets, right? So I'm doing this with the hopes that they find my channel and they put this out there. They show it to the lawyer. And they're like, look, this is what happened to the person. And they're going through this. And then they can be like, this is happening to me at work also, where I'm starting to see the whispers. The thing is that because people do not know what's happening to them, they don't understand the actual manipulations. When they see this channel, they're going to be able to understand what the actual manipulations are. And now, because there is someone else, there's this, they can compare experiences. And they can be like, look, this is what's happening to this person. This happened to this person. He did go insane, regardless of me going insane or not. And they're going to be like, look, that's what he's saying, that they're whispering things. They're doing this. And now there's auditory hallucinations. And there's this. And then when that happens, they're going to understand the manipulation. And they can have it with a lawyer. And then they can be like, look, this is a thing. It's out there. And once there's that the target that is happening to, and then there's this channel, and they're gonna be like, look, boom, these are the methods that they're using. This is exactly what's been happening to me at work. This is a thing, and now that is evidence. So that way you can use this channel as evidence of the actual thing that happened, and that's what I want. So any target, any TI, whatever it is that you want to call it, now you have something that you can compare your experience to, and you can show this channel to a lawyer, and you can tell him your own experience, and you can tell him, look, boom, I'm not crazy. This is actually what's happening at work. And now there's two of us. That's all I want. For someone to use what's been happening to me. So you can actually show it to your lawyer and be like, look, this is the thing. I'm being manipulated in this manner. And once that's done, now you have evidence. You have something you can compare to. And you can know that it's an actual thing. And once you have more than one, once you are comparing your evidence, what you feel, what's happening to you at work, and you show them, look, this is exactly what's happening to this other person. Now you have grounds to put your experience in the law. You will be able to do something, because now you have this channel to back you up that gang stalking is a thing. It's real. Anyways, thank you so much for watching. I'll talk to you guys later.